Hello, my Virgo friends. Welcome. Welcome aboard. If you're brand new, welcome back. If you're not, welcome home. If that sits perfectly for you. Today we're here to talk about July 2024. If you happen to be a Virgo sun, moon, rising, or Venus, or if you happen to know or love someone who has strong Virgo placements in their chart, that is called cross-watching, and it is absolutely welcome here. Please make sure that you are sticking with the mandate that everything has to resonate with you. It needs to be resonant. It needs to be 100% in alignment with your gut instinct, with your intuition, right? And that doesn't just apply here. This applies on every single aspect of your life. So please make sure that you are following that. Again, in all aspects, right? Just make sure that it's resonant. This is a general reading, so it can't apply to everyone. If this doesn't hit for you, check your moon, check your rising, check your Venus sign. And if none of those work today, grab a pick a card reading. There's plenty to choose from. All of those are good things. So let's get into your July, shall we, my Virgo friends? So you pull Scorpio energy, right? Scorpio is intense. It can feel a little out of alignment when you are a Virgo. Move. Okay, so interesting. So my Earth sign Virgo friends, how are you moving in an intense way? Here's the thing, right? Scorpio energy asks you to find union, right? So your energy, my Virgos, is that highest self container. And then you move through Libra, which is the witnessing of the other, into Scorpio, which is union with the other, right? And the key here is, how are you, as that fully actuated self, witnessing yourself in union, right? With not just necessarily with another, but in your own relationships, in your own self relationship, right? So I get here that we're talking about an other, right? An outside other. And that doesn't have to necessarily be a romantic partner, even though this looks like a romantic energy here. So, I mean, we'll see, but what is the way that you are choosing to deepen your own relationship, whether that's with yourself or someone else or the other in general, right? It doesn't have to be just one person. It can be the way that you're daring to step into new areas of vulnerability, right? Which can be challenging sometimes, right? So yeah, let's look here. All right, you have the Chariot, the Hermit, the King of Wands, the Four of Wands, the 10 of Wands, and the 5 of Cups. Okay, so the way that you're moving has to be aligned with what feels right for you. And the thing is, we know this, right? We already know this. As a Scorpio, there is no entertaining codependent relationships. There's no entertaining a narcissist in a relationship, right? That is unhealthy, and it just won't really be tolerated very well by Scorpio energy. So perhaps you're being asked to take an assessment of your relationships and find out where you're holding on to something that's not aligned with you. You have the Chariot, right, which is the way that you're moving. So you have an opportunity to balance, right? And you have King of Wands here on the other side of the Hermit. So the way that you're doing that work, you know, because this is all about the internal work, how are you navigating, right? The key here is we do our work in private, But we have to test that work in public, which means in relationship, because public is just one long series of relationship, over and over and over again. And so how we live in the world is how we put our own self-work to the test. So if you're looking at Five of Cups, right, this is whether or not you're present. Where is your focus, right? Is your focus in the past? This is how I always have been. This is what's always happened to me. This is how I've always felt. This is what people have always done to me. Air quotes around all of that, right? Because that's that state of I'm not in control of my state. Well, guess what? You are fully in control of your state, right? You've got the King of Wands and the Four of Wands to remind you of that. You also have the Ten of Wands that says you got to get rid of that belief that anybody can make you feel any kind of way. This is why we do the work. This is why we create healing. This is why we have to figure out the way that we want to feel, and then go back in and find all those places where we've been taught that that's not okay, and then get rid of them, right? This is why we do the work. And so you're being required in July to get rid of the things that keep you not present, the things that keep you from having that relationship, whether this is, again, a self relationship or a relationship with an other. There are things that you must put down. There are things that you must get rid of. And July is a time for you to do the work of snooping those out within yourself, and creating motion, right? Chariot is motion, balanced forward motion based on the depth of your being, the depth of your person, right? Remembering you have so many choices and options. Well, in fact, you do, because there are 8 billion ways to be an expression. In fact, there are 8 billion plus ways, because there are ways that are still yet undiscovered. You can be a pioneer of how you feel all the time, if you simply choose, right, to look up. And remember, you're always right. No matter what you want to say about it, you are always right. I want one right here in the middle of these two to see what it is that's got you held back, what it is that's got you in resistance. Right? The one single thing that you could do, or shift, or discover, or uncover, or rewrite in order to move forward in July for my Virgos is, dun, dun, dun. There we go. Okay. So, the Three of Wands, this is the way that you choose your long-term planning, right? So if you have always put someone else's needs before yours, the invitation here is to put your needs first, right? First. So my Virgo friends, your own long-term planning is critical here. And again, we just talked about this, right? As the way that a child steers the bicycle is the way that they look, right? So if you're a child and you're learning to ride a bike and you look around behind you, you go in a circle. Well, that's literally the key of the Chariot, is to keep looking forward and to keep navigating forward. So if you're going to manage, you cannot be looking behind you. You can't be looking down. You can't be looking at the things that have hurt you in the past or what you've been carrying. You have to raise your head up, right? And understand where it is you're going. You have to steer. And my Virgo friends, in July, you are being invited. In fact, I would say you're being ordered to really check your steering. So I love this for you. I think you can manage it quite well. Please just hit like or subscribe so you can come back. Let me know how it goes, because I think you're going to crush it, right? Take care, guys. Be blessed. Have a great July, and keep looking up. Take care.